Hey everyone, this is Lisa M, and welcome to episode 2 of my little animation 101 thing I got going. So, before I really get started, I want to give a quick shout out to YouTube user Just2234. What he has done, he has created a really cool video about Cam Studio, which is a program I use, and because of his help, I don't have to speed anything forward in this video like I had to do in episode 1. Because I can now record real time. So, yay! I'll go ahead and post a link in the description if you use Cam Studio and you'd like to know how this is done. So, anyway, if you saw the last episode, then you saw the animation of Princess Luna blinking. And this one's going to be a little bit more complex. Here is what I have so far on the animation. I'm still working on it. So let's head on over to my desktop, and yes, I do have a new background picture. This one is the band Death Clock from the show Metalocalypse. Trying to find a really good bona fide picture of the band so that I could post it, but so far I haven't found one that's actually really good. So, like I said last time, I keep all of my bits of animation, each frame, in one folder, and so this is no different. Let's go ahead and open that folder and see what all is in there. So as you can see, I have all of the frames here, one by one. And one thing that I should have mentioned last time, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it now. It's kind of difficult to see how strange some of the frames can be when it's all put together in one animation. With this one, some of the images look like something that this artist called Crooked Trees did back in the day. And it was kind of creepy, and I'll admit it looks kind of creepy. But when all put together, it somehow works. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and open GIMP Shop right now. Now, as you can see, I have all the little frames here, and if you click on that eye, you can turn that frame invisible. I went over that in the last episode, but I'm doing it again with this one because once again I had to speed up the last one a little bit to make it not so glitchy. But if you forgot how to add a new frame, real quick, I'm going to delete the top frame, and what you do is you create a new layer. Okay, no, the new layer does not go there. I'm going to go ahead and open up the last frame I did for this animation. I have 17 so far. And like I said before, it's not done yet. I want to have her head turning all the way to where she's looking behind her. This is my OC shadow paint. This is actually, she's the one that is in my little squee opening, and I actually draw her quite a bit. But anyway. So make sure that your new layer, your new blank layer, is at the very top. And I'm going to go over to the last little frame of animation. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to paste it and anchor the layer. And there you go. And don't forget to save frequently. I'm not going to save this one because, like I said, I only deleted the top frame to show you how to create a new frame in the animation. Now, it's going to go ahead and go over to Paint Tool Side. And I had mentioned in the last episode that I would be showing you how to do basic cleanup. And that's what I'm going to be doing here. Now, back in the old days of Disney when everything was hand-drawn, of course there's pencil smudges and little weird dots or whatever from pencil, lead, and whatnot. And the cleanup artist was usually a completely different person from the rest of the artists. The person who did the initial sketch, the person who does the line art, the person who does painting, etc., etc. Now, the main reason I'm going to be doing this here is because it looks a lot neater overall when it's done, as you will be seeing momentarily. Now, some lines when you have the sketch need to be evened out. And so one way to go about straightening that up and evening it out, create a new layer and lower the opacity, and you can use that to go through different things. Like with this, I went through the ears so that I could even out the hair. And then when you're done with all those lines, you could just go back to your base animation, which here is the bottom layer, and you can even that out. Now, Paint Tool Side does not come with a pencil tool. I got mine somewhere. I seriously cannot remember where I got it. I will look around, and if I can find it in time for the next episode, I'll mention it. But I do that with, I usually do my sketches with the pencil, and then I use the pen tool for cleanup. And you don't only want to get rid of any little smudges or extra lines, but it also makes it a lot neater if a lot of the lines are smaller, not so branched out and going all over the place. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm making all of these little chunky lines a little bit smaller. And this is great if you're working on a huge group animation project, if each of you have a different part to doing the animation. This will help the person doing the line art. It's a lot less confusing if it's a lot neater. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish the cleanup off camera. It's time for an intermission. I decided recently that I'm not just going to promote musicians that I think need a little bit more exposure. I'm also going to promote a couple of little YouTube shows. A friend of mine is actually working on one right now, and that's the ad you're about to watch. But if you want to have a little bit of promotion for your band or your show or whatnot, just email me at vampiruslisa@gmail.com and we can work something out. So anyway, here's the first intermission. Several years ago, back when I was still a little filly in Miss Shirley's class, we had a new pony come to town one day. His parents had moved from, well, honestly, I can't remember. But he and I became friends very fast. And we continued to remain friends for several years after. Then things started getting strange. Out of nowhere, he starts telling me all these random things that he's convinced are really going on. He seriously thinks that Twilight Sparkle is the love child of Discord and Princess Celestia, and that the real reason that Princess Luna was sent to the moon was because she was trying to save Equestria. Another thing he keeps saying is something about Area Philly 1. He seriously thinks that it's a government facility where they're trying to create this long extinct mythical creature called a human. I can't even listen to music around him anymore because he really thinks that if you listen to the song September by the Living Tombstone, if you really, really listen, apparently he's telling all of his listeners to kill everyone and everything around them. So about a month ago, I finally just got sick of it. And I told him I didn't want to hear it anymore. He is now on YouTube, making videos of his crazy theories and sharing them with the world. Why do I feel partially responsible for this? Alright, that is Conspiracy Pony. It's actually something that a friend of mine has started up recently. And the picture that was used in the ad for that is actually one of my pictures. He and I kind of switch back and forth on the art, and I help him out with like ideas and whatnot. But it's pretty funny. It's starting to become popular on its own, but I thought I'd give it a little bit of a plug. So there you go. And we now have the cleanup finished. Now, here is the before and after. Huge difference. It's a lot neater now. So, we're going to be doing the line art next. And line art is done a variety of different ways. And here are the main three that you see more often than not. You have the Disney version right here. I have Esmeralda from the film Hunchback of Notre Dame. Then you have the anime version, it's Naruto. And then the My Little Pony version, which is Fluttershy helping a little troll out. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, one thing I find that helps me when doing line art is to have a separate layer right above your picture. Now, set its mode to multiply, and using a color that you're not going to be using in the finished product, in this case green, go ahead and fill that in. Now, I do have a little character sheet that I created for Shadow Paint. It has all her base colors. And so, I'm going to use a vector layer with this, because it actually really helps a lot. I know about 6 months ago I did a line art video and I said I didn't really use it. Well, I started using it recently. It is actually a really big help. So, I'm going to take the darker color, and real quick, I'm going to show you how to do the 3 different ways of line arting the way I showed in the picture just now. Now, first you have My Little Pony style, which it's done on Flash, so a lot of Flash animation doesn't use this, but some does. So with this, I'm going to be taking the outline color, and I'm going to be drawing very thick lines. And when it comes to using the vector tool, the edit thing that I'm doing right now is your friend. It is a huge help. It really is. One thing I do, if the end of the line is just kind of a bunch of little dots while editing, it's kind of hard to get it all straightened out, I will erase the little bit of a tail that it leaves and try to make the line all one size. So here is the snout of Shadow Paint, and you don't have to erase the sketch when you're done with the line art part. I choose to because it's a really big help. So, once again, this is My Little Pony version of line arting, or inking, I guess would be the proper term for it. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm also going to show you the 2 other ways that I displayed earlier. Now, for Disney, what you do is it's all kind of blended out. It's not a bunch of sharp lines. So what I'm doing here, I'm using the water tool and I'm blending out the edges. Kind of makes it fade into the base color a little bit. And makes it a little less sharp. So this is one way you can do it. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of the color here so you can see how it fades in. And smudge out the mouth a little bit right here. You don't want to overdo it. Just a little bit of just 1 or 2 strokes in that direction would be plenty. Zoom out and you can see it's, once again, yeah, the difference between the mouth and the nose. The nose is a lot more sharp. So let's go ahead and go back a bit, and I'm going to show you how to do anime style with the black line art. I'm going to be using this picture again in the next episode, because in the next episode I'm going to be going over various types of shading, cell shading, and whatnot. Now, sometimes what really helps is to lower the opacity of your sketch layer. And with this one, like I said here, I'm doing the anime style, and you're using a smaller pixel brush for this, or in this case, a pen. And here's erasing the tail a little bit. Like I said, it helps quite a bit. You don't have to do that, but I choose to. Now you can go ahead and use those little lines to straighten up whatever crooked lines may be in there. Whatever squiggles or whatnot. So there you go. And once again, I'm going to do a little bit of the base color right underneath the anime style line art so that you can see what it looks like. Now what I'm going to be doing with this, I'm going to be kind of doing a combination of all 3. So let's go back over here and I'm going to grab my line art color from Shadow Paint. And here's how it's going to be a combination. I'm going to smudge it out a little bit when all the line art is done. But I am using the outline color, but I'm making it making the line a lot thinner than the actual show uses for their line art. can use these little dots to even out. And there you go. So, time for another intermission. I am going to go ahead and finish inking this off camera. And like I said before, if you have a band or a show that you would like to promote a little bit, just email me at vampireslisa@gmail.com and we'll work something out. And we will be right back.
For you, I'm crossing the divide. When all you want is another shot at affection. All I want.
You are listening to You and Me by Maxwell Powers. Click the link at the bottom of the screen to hear the full track. And we're back. As you can see, I've already got all the line art done. I've got all the base color done. And so what I'm going to be doing now, before I merge everything together, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the background color back to white. And what that will do, it will help me see a lot of places where I might have missed putting color. You'll notice in a sec. So just going to fill this up with the bucket tool. And there you go. You see a little bit of the white right there around the hairline. And that's where I missed a little bit of color. So I'm going to go ahead and go on and finish that up. Now, once again, I'm going to be using this picture again in episode 3. I'm going to be showing you different techniques for shading and whatnot. So, but right now I'm just getting the base colors out of the way. And now is also a good time to triple check your line art and make sure that it all looks copacetic. Make sure it looks the way you would like it to look. I apologize for any noise in the background. My boyfriend is watching Oren High School Host Club. It's a good show. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do so. It's pretty funny. So let's just go ahead and finish up here. Oh, you paused it for me. That's sweet. Alright, Alright, so we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to smudging out the line art. And what we're going to be doing is, what I did here, I went ahead and merged the line art vector layer of the skin, or the main base color body fur thing, I guess. Merge that down with the main body color, and using the water tool, it just did a little bit of smudging. You don't want to overdo it, but just a little bit to smudge out the lines a little. Would be plenty enough. I'm not going to do the whole thing right now. I'll do it more later, but as you can see, it has a much nicer effect. So, there you go. And this was episode 2 of Animation 101. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who has allowed me to use their projects or music or whatever in this. And episode 3 should be posted by Saturday. So thanks for watching. Hope this has helped you out, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.